is Sister Liberty from Church Folk Revolution Radio, PimpPreacher.com, and I am on Wesley Road, West Wesley Road, a mile away from 2nd Ponce Baptist Church, and just getting a landscape of the area, the neighborhood. Very posh, very luxurious, a lot of mansions in this area. Very rich residential area in Atlanta. And recently, I mean, there's been a lot of, this is the Buckhead area of Atlanta, and there's been a lot of gentrification going on in Atlanta where there is really new, they're getting rid of affordable housing, not necessarily HUD homes or anything like that, but the developers are really eliminating housing that is affordable for most people, and building more apartment complexes and malls and stuff like that for the very rich in this area. There have been pockets of apartments that have remained in the Buckhead area, but they're quickly dwindling as the profits that people could make on developing that land to something else are just really great. And you can see all these different mansions on this road. Very expensive area to live. These houses have to go for at least a couple $1 million. And so we should be coming up on the First Ponce Church, coming up on the left. And yep, this is it. Right over here. Let me turn over on Peachtree. And for those who don't know, this is an issue that we've taken on. Actually, I think I'm going to keep on going straight, because the 2nd Ponce Baptist Church, 2nd Ponce DeLeon Baptist Church on Peachtree and Wesley. This is it right there. You see this big steeple? That's the church. Huge landmark. They they purchased property adjacent to their big church in an investment to expand their facilities and their grounds. There are about 16 apartments that are there, and they've been given 60 days notices to get out of their apartments, because they're going to be demolishing the apartments. And basically these people are going to be displaced. Now typically on its face is that, you know, business is business, and you know, apartments should close all the time. But the question that I have is that this is a church, not a business. All too often churches have become businesses. See, oh, look at this. See this facility right here? This thing is huge. Look at that. This is all First Baptist. Now these, I'm wondering if these are the apartments. Hold on. See, these are some of the houses that are around the area. I'm looking at the turnaround, and part of the land. Okay, let me just go up here. This is all the land that the church owns. You can see I'm coming in the back way, and see there's the church grounds. This is the parking lot. Very large church in the middle of Buckhead. Huge facility. See, there's one of the atrium, one of the chapels that they have right there. You see that? Sorry, folks. Right there. And this is skyscrapers, and right in the middle of Buckhead, Atlanta. Very rich area of the city. Now I'm turning around because this is the parking lot, and you know, we have the church services, and so they own all this land. Now, as I'm turning around, you can see over here to the right additional parking spaces. Now, as I Okay, I'm sitting in the parking lot, one of the additional parking lots of the church, and it's all these properties on the right-hand side that are going to be demolished. You can see, I'm not sure how well you can see, but I see some packing boxes in the apartment over there, and let's put it back up. And there's several buildings here that are apartment homes or two-family homes, right in the middle of Buckhead. Obviously, they look very nice. You know, it's of course you have some neighbors across the street, but this is the land that the church owns. All of this right here. So you can see this home right here, this townhome at 92. And then you have some people here that are moving. Just talked to the mover, Chris, right here. And that's one of the complexes. Come on, go in there and see somebody. Then here's some more. Oops, I'm getting some traffic behind me. All these apartments is what churches own. They're shutting down. And then of course here is the actual church. Right here, the playground, all that stuff is turn around. And I'm Sister Liberty here. I'm shooting one of the apartments, 86 on East Wesley, and I'm talking to Sabella, and she doesn't want to be shown in this video, but I want to, if you mind, can I ask you some questions about your experience here? So yes. So how long have you been living here?
5 years.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did they break a lease with you or anything like that?
For me, I think just few of us were just for month to month, but we have an elder who just moved in 3 months ago.
Oh.
Who's also a cancer patient who does chemo radiation every single day. So before he moved in, he informed him that he can't do anything because he's going to start treatment. So they assured him and they let him move in, and 3 months later we got through email saying that we got 60 days notice. Not a phone call, not anything.
And was everybody on month to month at that time? Or
no, some of them are on lease.
Like a year lease?
Yes.
From what I heard, they gave you a 60-day get out of Dodge that we're demolishing thing.
Yes.
And then they gave you June month free, which is not really free because
we asked for. They did not provide that. We asked for June free.
But that's kind of like your security deposit anyway, right?
Yes, but we had to ask for it. We had to go and talk to them repeatedly, a way to find out, or a way to stay a little longer, because 60 days was not realistic for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Anybody, because nobody was prepared. It was just like
So you had no idea that this is going on?
We had no clue what was going on.
How long did you think is the oldest resident that was around here?
It's like 15, over 15 years old. A lot of them are old buildings. Yes.
And are there a lot of older people here too?
Yes, there's some older people. There's a gentleman who's been here for 20 years.
Goodness.
And then there's this house. I think they've been here for over 10 years.
Wow.
They're elders too, 3 elders. They brothers and sisters. They live together.
Wow. So what do you think would have been the appropriate way to deal with it?
It would have been appropriate if they give us a little bit more time. We understand about their situation, but their excuse was not enough excuse. They said it's not safe, but they people have been living there for 12, 15 years.
What was their excuse, or how did they communicate it?
They're saying that the building is not safe to live in. Now, if it wasn't safe, then why were people signing a lease to move in the apartment?
Oh, so the person was signing a lease at, when was this lease signed? Like it was
Mr. Brooks, he signed the lease 4 months ago. There's another gentleman, Mr. Sam, he signed a lease about 6 months ago. There's a few other people in the back, they signed about pretty much about the same 8, 9 months ago.
Wait, so they already knew that they were going to be...
They already knew.
They did I think that I read a report that they were doing a assessment in March of how everything, like the revamps that are needed and everything like that. Yes. But they were still taking in new people.
Yes, they were still taking new people. Brooke has been only be there for 4. He's been only here for 4 months.
What?
Yes.
Are there a lot of kids that live here too?
Yes, there's one lady with the single mother, with a son. She's staying here too. So we asked them if they can extend at least be a little bit compassionate.
Yeah.
Not for us, but at least for Brooke, because he's a cancer patient.
Yeah.
And right now he's in the hospital.
Goodness.
So we just got informed yesterday that they're gonna remove the meters next week.
The electricity meters?
Now
What?
he's still in there. He's in the hospital. Nothing's being moved. So I don't understand a church
That would do that.
that would do that. They should be understanding, and if they're demolishing it, from my understanding, it'll take a while. You have to get a permit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the city has to allow it, all the stuff. So
Yeah.
pretty much it means they already did it. It's
So but when you moved in 5 years ago, you knew that the church owned this property, right?
Yes.
Did they tell you anything about their intentions to purchase? Did they say that we wanted to provide, you know, affordable housing, not HUD homes or anything like that, but affordable housing according to the federal government? Did they said that, you know, we just have this apartment complex, would you like to rent it? Or were they saying that this is a outreach or a purpose of the ministry or anything like that?
business, strictly business.
Just business, and you just paid regular
Yes.
affordable housing
Yes.
rates, not
Now that house over there,
Yeah.
they call a missionary house.
yeah, okay.
So the pastor lives there. His house is not
The pastor of
being-
the church? What? Are you kidding me?
No, ma'am. So he's saying all of this. He knows us personally.
And that's a nice house.
It is a nice house.
Is it
They're
in-
not demolishing it.
They're not it seems like it's in nice repair though.
Yes.
And they're not demolishing it.
No, they're not.
And oh my goodness. So he's a neighbor and you kind of see this guy pretty
We know him
regular.
personally. So he sees Brooke. I'm young. I'm okay. You
Uh-huh.
know, but Brooke, he's the one who's dealing with a lot of.
And he wouldn't as a neighbor.
He talked to him. He tried to sit and have lunch with them, and
Mhm.
everything was no. We made an agreement,
Mhm.
and we are demolishing it, regardless of the situation, how sick he is. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
No compassionate.
From a pastor?
None.
From that big old church over there.
None.
That has a whole lot of money.
None. They have they make $80,000 a year from us.
$80,000 a year from you guys.
Yes, and somehow, some way, they can't afford to renovate the place, or it's all of a sudden it's too dangerous to live in when people have been here for 12 years, 10 years.
Wow. So that's unconscionable. So, but you know, Scripture says to love God as your, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure if you're
I am.
you okay. But of course, then you know that the commandment is to love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and all your strength, and to love your neighbor as
Exactly.
yourself. How much more of a neighbor can you be when the pastor of that church lives right there, and here's
another one.
and here's another one over here.
Right there, and the next one over there, the yellow building.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you, because it's my understanding that they bought this property just to demolish it anyway.
Actually, what I was told is some of them were donated to them.
Oh.
Yeah, they did not buy it.
But they had, you know, this is right in the same block as the church, so they
Yes.
would want to.
The church is right over there.
So it would be prime real estate for them to expand.
Exactly.
And of course, they have to pay taxes on this area.
I don't think they do.
You don't think they have to pay taxes?
No, I don't think they do.
So, if let's just say, devil's advocate, that they always intended to redevelop this area. They just wanted to buy the
Yeah.
land and redevelop the area. What do you think would have been? I know they're handling business, but what do you think would have been the Christian way to handle this? The above and beyond, doing the most instead of doing the least. If they knew that they were going to need this facility, what do you think that they could have done to help facilitate a transition for these people?
They would have been more helpful. They would have at least tried to extend the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them are elders. At least help them find a place they could stay in.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they waived 1 month rent fee, that doesn't mean anything for us.
Because you fought for that.
We fought for. We asked them repeatedly. We had to have a meeting with them repeatedly. So
how many meetings did you have?
5.
With the pastor or with
The
who?
pastor, Brooke, had it with him,
Uh-huh.
but a gentleman named, he's a nice guy, Jeff Miller. We had a meeting with him, and there was just no way, no how, no helping, nothing.
So the meeting with him happened after you got the email?
Yes.
Did he set it up or did you guys set it up?
We set it up.
Ha!
Everything we set up.
Everything you set up?
Yes. All the meetings, the month wave fee, everything, we're the one we asked for. They didn't try.
Do you think it would be, if, like, say there, because you're a believer, say that there's someone here that's not a believer, or just anyone. Do you think that a great teachable testimony to Christ of how Christians do business would be for, okay, we're clearing out this area. We've always intended to do it. It's just taken us this while to do it.
Yes.
But we don't want to leave you guys hanging.
Yes.
We are going to find, especially for the parents with kids that are in this district, we are going to find comparable housing in this district or this area.
Yes.
And we're going to gift you, as opposed to paying $250,000 to renovate the stuff, you know, we'll give you that money, or 3 to 6 months of rent free.
Yes.
To help cushion your transition. And we want to make sure, let us know where you move, let us know where you're going to be, because we don't want to, you know, we want to, this is something that we've decided to do as a ministry, and we have the right to do, but we don't want to walk over you guys doing it.
Yes.
How would that have felt?
It would have felt good. We would have been very appreciative.
And then invited you to the church.
Yeah.
You would have been and then
yeah, we would have been very appreciative, and we would have helped them. We went there and asked them, what can we do? How can we help as a community? Because as we said, we are community. We're not just neighbors.
Wow.
We all work together. We help each other. So we're willing to help you out on anything you want. You know, if we need to fix things until, you know, the extended time, what can we do? And the answer is no.
Does it sound, a couple more questions, thank you so much, but does it sound like they kind of got that assessment back in March to justify them demolishing everything and saying that they didn't have any money?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that sound like that's what was going on?
Yes, it was already set, because now they're removing the meter on the 16th, which is next week. So if they're turning this property into a greenland, why rush? Why are they rushing? That's the only thing that we didn't understand. Because it is tax-free, they own the property, we are paying rent on time, so they're not losing any money, even if they extend it for 6 months, because we offered to pay 6 months. We offered to pay for it. We didn't say no, we didn't ask for rent-free.
Wow. So you offered to pay until everybody could transition, but they were like, no, this is our deadline.
Yep. And 60 days is deadline.
Was this, you said it's this Jim Miller?
Jeff Miller.
Yes. He said he was very nice and very kind.
He's very nice.
But do you think like his hands are tied, or he's just a messenger?
I think so.
Did he empathize with you guys to a certain extent, or no?
He did a little bit, but as a Christian, no. No.
Do you feel like
especially the way they handled my neighbor, who's a cancer patient, who does chemo and radiation twice a day,
and he just moved in,
and he just moved in. He can barely walk, he can barely talk.
What's his situation?
He's in hospital right now. He just got hospitalized.
So he's not even able to move out.
No.
Does he have any family?
No.
What's his name?
Brooks. Yes. He has nobody.
Okay.
He's just by himself. So we're the one who watch out for him.
Yeah.
We're the one.
So Mythbusters. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And I don't want to leave him. So
we're gonna help you. We're gonna do what we can to help, bring attention to the situation, and we're gonna help, and we're gonna look out for him too.
Yeah,
so
he needs help. I'll be okay, but he really needs help. He's just not in the condition of moving. He can't even walk. So the fact that, you know, we took him all the way there, and for him to stop the chemo, to talk to him.
Jesus. And they saw him in his chemotherapy state. How old is he? In his 60s?
So.
And they just didn't have, they weren't trying to make any plans for him or help him?
Nothing.
And then the Jeff Miller wasn't saying that, he wasn't even coming out as an individual. Look, this is the church that hires me, but let me see what I can do. Nothing. Do you think that the parishioners are aware of this?
Yes. They're aware of it. Yes.
Are most of the tenants here, like, I'm just going to ask, are most of the tenants here African American?
Some, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 of us. It's mixed. It's a mixed crowd. It's Caucasian African American. Mixed. Yeah.
Wow. So it's really just a money issue.
It's a money issue for them. Yeah.
But
yeah. It's money for them.
How many people, do you know if most of the people have already moved out?
Tom hasn't moved out. He's still looking for a place he can afford. That's the one who's been here for the longest. She hasn't moved out yet. I think she finally found a place. The older gentleman, he moved out. Brooke, nothing is packed. He's in at the hospital, so everything is there. So
Wow.
And I think there's some few people out there. Some people are moving in a friend's house and all that stuff.
Okay, because they don't have a secure place to go.
No.
And no assistance from this church.
No.
And but a lot of some of them were like you were on month to month, but this just came out of the blue as a shock to everybody.
Through email.
Through email. Do you know if the people who just moved in, were they on a month to month too?
No, he was there. People who just moved in were on lease.
Like at least a 6 month lease, year month lease.
Yeah,
so they were trying to get as much money as they could to the last minute.
They have a management company that manages their property.
Oh, so it's not like a direct kind of thing. No. Did they maintain in your 5 years? Were they maintaining the property?
No.
They weren't investing in the property?
No, ma'am. No, we had to fight for it. Then they want to increase the rate on our rent by $225 all of a sudden.
Wow.
Without renovating, without fixing anything. And you can see the condition of the house.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful house, but it has not been...
I'm looking at the roof, the tin on the top of the roof.
It was a lot of fight for them to do things here, to maintain the building.
So your intermediary was the management company, but you never necessarily dealt directly with the church until...
We did. After we got the email, 60 days of notice, we went and talked to them, asked them if they can extend a little bit more time, at least 2 months, 3 months, because it wasn't realistic for anybody to find property in 60 days. It costs money. Yeah. And they weren't budgeting.
And they didn't even know, they didn't even budget for this.
None.
So a lot of people are living check to check or even behind.
Yes.
But now you got to move and come up with first and last month's rent to move into a new place.
Yes.
Did they give you a security deposit back?
They have to. Yeah, that I'm gonna fight for. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm just so sorry that this happened to you.
Okay. Sometimes everything happens for a reason.
It does.
Yeah.
You know, God does cause all things to work for the good, but us, you know, to me, this is an affront to God, you know, or it just shows how some churches have become so businesslike that they've totally missed, you know, how could they glorify God in this business transaction right here? And so we're going to share this and bring awareness to this, and hope, and we'll look out for the friend, and we'll do what we can to help you. But I'm so sorry that this happened to you.
It's okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. One thing I got a little. Oh gosh. What was that last snippet I was talking?
One of the neighbors is a church member.
One of the neighbors is a church member that goes there.
Yes.
They don't go there anymore, do they?
We don't know. I don't know. I don't ask.
Jesus. Okay.
But I know he's not happy with the situation. Not for his sake, for Brooke, because they're friends too. We friends. We family. So everybody's more concerned for him than anybody else.
Okay. So I've got it.
1, 2, 3, 4 units.
4 units right over here. These are the moving boxes. How you doing, brother? Hey, dude. And so these are one of the apartments. Well, not the buildings that have several apartments in there. Oh, okay. Thank you. And what are some of the repair issues that you've had?
Not much, because it comes out of our pocket most of the time.
Wow. So they really haven't been.
No.
So there's an apartment right here. There are 4 in here, right?
Yes, 4 units.
4 units.
4 family.
And then. Thank you. And so, how you doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
So they're wrapping up everything over here. This is a nice spot, though. What kind of repairs have you done?
Painting, like anything that's maintenance-wise, we do it.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's livable. They can use it in 6 months.
So it's not a dangerous situation as they're claiming.
Yeah.
It's not dangerous?
No. I've been here for 5 years, so I won't say that it's dangerous.
because, you know, Jeff Miller was quoted as saying, we don't want people to stay in a dangerous situation.
If it was a dangerous situation, then why did he just move in 3 months ago?
What? Yes. And I guess the pastor's house is not a, this house right here, this is pastor's.
That's where he barbecues.
He barbecues right there.
We always say hi, good morning, good evening.
Wow, so you are right here. So if he's outside, you just come right out of here and say, hey. That's not in disrepair.
No.
And see, there's the parking lot for the church in the background.
Yes, they own that church.
Wow. Wow. In one of the articles, Jeff Miller was quoted as saying that they want to do everything that they can. He wants to do everything to help, and that they just don't want the people to stay in an unsafe situation.
No, they did not do anything to help at all. We are the one who begged them for help. We're the one who begged them to extend. He could, all he do is extend 2 weeks. That's all he give us.
And it's a, you know, obviously it's a very dangerous situation. Is this a dangerous situation?
No, it's not. It's just an older building, just like any other building in Buckhead. That's pretty much it.
And so there's no kind of structural damage or roof damage or anything like plumbing is backed up?
None.
Because they said that it's going to cost at least $250,000 to $500,000 to bring it up to code.
Well, to bring it up to code and to raise the rent again, that was their goal. Because they already raised the rent a few months ago by $225.
So if you don't mind my asking, how much was rent here?
Some of them pay, he pays, Mr. Brooke pays, I think $1,000, including everything. I pay $850. Yes, we all pay $850. Some of them pay $950. None of the same. Some people pay more, some people pay less. So it's not like the same rate.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Hi. I'm sorry to disturb you. I'm Sister Liberty with Church Folk Revolution, and I'm just we're advocates, and we just heard about the situation about you guys being getting 2 months notice to get out of the out of these apartments. And I was just asking your neighbor just about her experience, because we want to bring awareness to this. We just don't think it's right for if you were going to demolish this place anyway, you should ensure that the people that you're dispossessing are taken care of.
Exactly.
I mean, it might not be best business practice, but it would certainly be a Christian way to do things. So, but is there anything that you want to share about your experience, or what happened with you, or what was your situation? Is there anything you want to share?
Well, I just think it was a bad thing for them to just give them notice. Not even phone calls. I mean, you don't send them letters or text them in a situation like that. I don't think it's right. I really don't. And like you said, being a Christian, I don't get it. It's something that shouldn't happen.
And it's not, and they weren't really helping you with your repairs or anything like
no,
that?
we called them to come and do certain things.
How long have you been here?
She's been here like a little over 5 years.
5 years. So you just, were you on a regular lease though, right?
I don't know, because it's my daughter.
Yeah.
So I really don't know.
Okay.
But she's been here a while. We would ask for repairs. They do certain things. But, some of the things I thought they should do, they didn't. Like, for instance, look at the door here. I mean, it's certain things. I would come out. We decorated the downstairs, and they took the stuff up. We had a rug here, which was nice. And they just didn't do anything,
So it was quite a shock to you that was it a shock to your daughter when they were given 2 months notice to?
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't see this coming at all?
No, not at all.
Have you secured a place to move to?
She's looking, she's waiting, waiting for something to come through, but it's difficult in such short notice,